Teachers, do you actually have favorite students? I used to teach the 5th graders of a prestigious elementary school in Silicon Valley, and because it's in a nice area, people always assume that it's a seamless, cushy job to have. And at one point, that might have been true. But recently, it's quite the opposite. Ever since 2021, kids have been addicted to their phones, not wanting to listen, and frankly, not giving an F about anything other than their friends and social media pages. One time during a math quiz, a student got up and left. I thought he was just going to the bathroom, but then he returned with a McDonald's order that he asked his brother to order for him using his Apple Watch. I calmly told him he either had to leave it in his locker or throw it out. And that's when he whipped out his iPhone XR and started live streaming on his Instagram, telling all his followers what a cruel, awful teacher I was. And at the time, there were no actual rules for what I should or shouldn't do in that situation. So I simply brought him to the dreaded principal's office and returned back to the classroom. Things were pretty smooth sailing after that, until the incident. We were coming to the end of a game of Kahoot, and it was time for the class to put their very expensive iPhones away. As expected, everyone took their time with it, trying to make their last seconds of scrolling count. But eventually, they listened, except for one student, Liam. When I told him he wasn't the exception, and he had to put his phone where he couldn't see it, he lost it. My dad pays more in taxes than you make in a year, so don't talk to me like we're equals. The whole class turned around, too shocked to even laugh. Well, that wasn't my first rodeo, so I just sighed and handed him a detention slip. He dramatically flung his head back until his face was staring at the ceiling and rolled his eyes. But because I have the patience of a worm, I just continued teaching. But the next morning, I regretted doing so, because as I went into the classroom with my morning coffee, I saw a note on my table. It was written red paper and looked like Liam's handwriting. For my own amusement, I started an internal guessing game in my head of what it could be: death threat, blackmail, another note telling me I was ugly, old, and ran through. But I was wrong. It wasn't any of these things. Instead, it was an apology. I was upset because I just got a text that my dog died, but I shouldn't have said that. You were trying to help. I'm sorry. My heart broke. Looking back, I recalled tears in his eyes. A wave of guilt hit me for not realizing something was wrong. And that's when the bell rang. All the students came running in, but I couldn't see Liam anywhere. And honestly, I was glad. I figured he had taken the day off to recuperate after he found out the news. So the rest of the day went business as usual, but I never saw him again. Until the end of the next day, that is. I was leaving the school gates when his mom ran towards me. She looked so angry I thought smoke would actually start coming out of her ears. Apparently, Liam told her about what he had said, and about the note too. That's okay. I'm just glad that he apologized. What? That's all you have to say for yourself? I stared at her blankly, and she started a rant about how corporal punishment needs to come back, about how I'm too soft, and this is why she had to take matters into her own hands. I didn't know what was going on, but that's when she pulled up Liam's jumper to show me exactly what she meant. What I saw made my heart stop. I had to hold back from clocking her right on the spot, because little did she know, I was more than just a teacher. I just never had a reason to assert my power until that moment. I can't finish the story in this short video. The full video is on my channel and linked below.